An AEW star is ready and waiting for an in-ring return. Plus, a new Ring of Honor title belt was unveiled last night. And JBL teases, quote, the biggest comeback since the resurrection. It's all in the Cultaholic wrestling news right now. We haven't seen Julia Hart for a bit.
Where's she been?
It's been that long, and she's been over there somewhere. We got an update on her, haven't we, Andrew?
Yes, we certainly do. Julia Hart appeared on High Spot Sign It Live and was asked when we could expect her back in AEW. Hart replied, I am ready. I'm just waiting for the call. Who knows when I'll pop up? Obviously, Julia Hart has been absent from AEW TV since Dynasty, where she dropped the TBS title to Willow Nightingale. She's been missed, Tom. I've missed her.
There's a few people within AEW who are currently ready to go, just waiting for the call up. And you know what? I ain't mad about the fact that they're not rushing people back.
Oh, that's a good point, actually.
Yeah.
Let other people sort of have their moment, let storylines breathe a little bit, and then reintroduce people when it feels right to do so.
That's it. And I've complained long and hard about the size of the AEW roster. And if you're going to make the decision to rest people until there's a suitable gap for them to come in and start telling some stories, brilliant. Yeah. Let's do that. Julia Hart has a ready-made story in the sense that she can go back and pursue the TBS title, despite the fact that she lost it fairly fair and fairly square. Obviously, you can nip back into that once again, but excited to see her back. Powerhouse Hobbs, another one on the sidelines as well, says that he's healthy and just waiting for the call. Both of those I'm ready to see back as and when they are ready to be back. Last night on Ring of Honor, they unveiled seemingly a new title for Athena. Wabadoo indeed. So Athena had a celebration for her longest reigning ROH title reign. So she's now the longest reigning Ring of Honor champion of any ilk, of any division ever. And so there was a celebration last night. It was kind of punctuated by two key events either side of what we're going to talk about, that being the further dissolution of the Minions with Billy Starks getting in the face of Athena, and the arrival of Abaddon. They sent Athena's face crashing into cake by the end of this segment. But in between that, we had a new Ring of Honor Women's World Title belt showcased to Athena, and it's very much like the current Ring of Honor Women's title belt, but it's got Athena's face on the plate in the front. And what else?
Oh,
it spins!
I wonder what you had. Sorry, I already thought you'd mentioned that it spun then, and I was like, wait, what else does it have? No, yeah, it spins.
I love it.
Me too. This storyline has been one of the ones that feels like it's been at the forefront, I feel like, of this new Ring of Honor for almost since like its inception, it feels like, and it's one of the ones that I always come back to, and it maybe to me it also feels like maybe it's the only big story happening within the
it is genuinely
at the moment
the only story that has kept Ring of Honor on Honor Club afloat. It's the only story that's truly mattered, which is Athena's record-breaking title reign, the rise of Billy Starks, the story in which she almost beat Athena for the title a while back, but they remained allies. And then Billy became the Ring of Honor Women's TV Champion. She lost that belt. She's losing her mind a little bit in that. It's proof positive that these great stories can be told.
Yes.
And it's the best story that's been told in Ring of Honor, which is a shame because the men's division is such a hot mess, where you had Mark Briscoe hardly ever appearing to defend that title on Ring of Honor on Honor Club. And now Chris Jericho is the champion, about to defend it against Tomohiro Ishii, which is like, hey, lads, everybody, all the blokes fighting for stuff in Ring of Honor, don't worry about it. Thank goodness for Brian Cage and that TV title. But no, I'm hoping that the spinner belt does stay. I like it for as long as she is the champion. It's a bit like back in the day when you had the NWA Women's World Championship and you had the picture of the champ in the middle.
I used to really like that as well, that design.
Yeah.
It was quite nice.
More people are going to learn about that because that Mildred Burke movie's coming out soon, and you're going to see...
that's very cool then.
You'll see the Burke on display there. So moving away from Ring of Honor, let's go to WWE. Lots of conversations about how WrestleMania 41's main event is going to shape up. And one of those conversations has been a triple threat between The Rock, Cody Rhodes, and Roman Reigns.
Yes, so in conversation with Vegas Revealed, Cody Rhodes addressed the rumors around the main event of WrestleMania 41. Obviously, as Tom said there, possibly being a triple threat between himself, Roman Reigns, and The Rock. Cody said, "There are so many rumors circulating, it eats up the social feed, all the different rumors of what the matches might be. For those who keep an eye on the rumor, I bet you what they get at WrestleMania 41 is unexpected even to them. Even the people who follow this, the diehards who feel like they have their fingers on the pulse. This one is going to be tough. This one is going to be unexpected. That's the best way to put it, but in the best of ways."
That's just Cody keeping us guessing.
Yes.
It's the same Cody who went, "Nah, The Rock's not taking my spot at WrestleMania."
Yeah, that's very true.
What would make you happy as a WrestleMania main event?
I mean,
You've got so many key players in and amongst there.
I think that's it. It's a difficult one at the moment, isn't it? Because there's still quite a bit of time left between now and WrestleMania. Obviously, we sort of start building to it from usually what I feel like is Survivor Series, and then things start to shape out a little bit more, and we know where perhaps we're going to end up. Where would I be happy? The triple threat I would like to see the most is Seth Rollins, Drew, and Punk, I think.
Ooh.
I'm not so having The Rock in the midst of everything this year, I guess, sorry, it was really, really good and felt unexpected, and I'm glad they turned it and spun it in the way that they did, where The Rock became the heel and everything, and I would like to see a triple threat of them three as well, but I don't know if it hits me quite the same. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. I'm not super fussed about having The Rock in there, but again, for the storyline and the significance of the storyline, it would also be really fun to play out as well.
We'll see. It's certainly one that we're keeping an eye on as we head towards Las Vegas. The story yesterday rather than last week. It was yesterday. Time really does move. The story yesterday was, of course, the tickets for WrestleMania on pre-sale. Official tickets on sale today. And lordy, they are ludicrously priced. We talked about it at Cultaholic.com. You can check out the article there. This weekend, it is TNA Bound for Glory. And it's looking like the biggest live gate for TNA all year, which is great to see and great to hear. But there's a lot of factors that are going into this show, with Nick Nemeth versus Joe Hendry in the main event. And recently we have seen Nick Nemeth getting a little bit of help in his TNA World title reigns from John Layfield. He's been all over the place. He shared a photo of himself working out in the gym just a short while ago, using the caption, "First time in a couple of decades, pain-free and able to work out. Got stem cells from Integrated Pain Management in New Jersey. And my first workout, hard to believe I'm able to do things I couldn't do for years. Comeback? Yeah. Biggest since the resurrection." And lo, on the Sabbath, did we praise Jonathan Bradshaw Layfield.
No hyperbole at all.
Not
there,
a
right
slight
there, right?
bit of hyperbole. He has been popping up all over the place, GCW, MLW, AAA, and as we say, TNA as well, where he seems to be forming some kind of multi-promotion faction with Nick Nemeth in the mix as well.
Is JBL going to get involved at Bound for Glory as well?
Here's the thing.
Too many factors against our boy.
You know that scene in Infinity War?
Yes.
Where Doctor Strange is sat there as they're fighting Thanos, and he says, "I've seen a million possibilities of how this ends."
Yeah.
And Iron Man goes, "How many do we win?" And he just goes, I feel like there's a million possibilities that is going to see Joe Hendry get scuppered at Bound for Glory.
Which timeline do we live in, Tom? Which timeline do we live in?
I don't know. Either way, I'm hoping that we can rest and watch the sunset on a grateful universe.
I like it.
Come the aftermath, and Joe Hendry as the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. That'd be lovely, thank you. But John Layfield, I think, should absolutely be factored in to whatever they've got planned in that. And this talk here suggests that he's getting back in the ring.
Which, do you know what? Let's see what he can do. Let's see what he can do. If he's like, I'm able to do stuff I've not been able to do in years. Hey, I'm all for seeing what big John Bradshaw Layfield has in the tank.
There is a 2004 version of Tom Campbell that would despise you saying that. But as now a grown up, I'm bigger and uglier than I was back then. And you know what? Yeah, I kind of agree.
Yeah, big time. Let's get a clothesline in there, you know?
Do you want a terrifying thought? For the latest wrestling news at any time, you can check out Cultaholic.com. Kiss, kiss!
I love you, bye.